You are looking live outside the Darien High School main gym for only the second time this year. The Darien Varsity boys basketball team is home, and this afternoon they welcome in the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm Braden Shank, joined alongside me our DAF Media basketball expert, Ted Brennan. And Ted, Darien is coming off of a rough 1-4 road trip where their only win came against former head coach Todd Trimmer and the Greenwich Cardinals. What does the Blue Wave need to do to start this homestay on the right foot?
They got to stay out of foul trouble. They're two big men in Brian Kiskin and Carson Drake. They've had a lot of early foul trouble, taking them out of games, forcing sophomore center Jack Barber to play extended minutes. Now, Barber is a reliable center, but if you're forcing him, a younger player, to play a lot of extended minutes and not get into foul trouble, you're going to have a lot of trouble.
Darien wins the opening tip, and starting for Darien tonight, Amir Preston, Miles Drake, Kiskin there, just off Drake with the rebound, and he's going to put it up. So starting for Darien, Brian Kiskin, Carson Drake, Miles Drake, Amir Preston, and Simeon Dahl. And on the Fairfield Ludlowe side, they have Connor Lawler, Alex Vlandis, Charlie Began, James Mockler, and Eric Leonard.
That's something you love to see out of Carson Drake. You know, he's going to get you boards, he's going to get you points. You love to see him finish around the rim like that.
The three is off there from Vlandis. And Ludlow's going to keep possession here. Vlandis with it. On the side to Began. Lawler driving inside. Back out to Leonard. Passes out to Vlandis. In the paint. Intercepted by Carson Drake there.
Good ball movement for the most part. Maybe some empty passes, which basically means passes around the perimeter, nothing coming from it, but still some good ball movement nonetheless.
Drake with the shot, and he puts it in.
It's 2 for 2 already. Getting off to a hot start.
Carson Drake put up 6 points in the loss to Richfield on Thursday for Darien. He's got 4 already, as you mentioned, Ted.
Yeah, I mean, if he's hot, continue feeding him. We saw it in the Fairfield Ward game, which I called with my buddy Trey. But, you know, if he's hot, keep the hot hand going. Don't try to deviate from anything.
That was that was Lawler who put up the 2-pointer there for Ludlow. And we take another look at Connor Lawler driving in the paint. A nice one-handed layup gets it to go.
Kiskin already picked up his first foul almost a little under 3 minutes into this game, which is not a good sign. You don't really want to pick up a careless foul like he did there on the offensive side. So I'd look for Barber. Oh, Barber's already come in.
Jack Barber, the sophomore, checking in for the Blue Wave. And they're going to call a foul there.
Great,
Mockler.
Great taking a charge there by Preston, forcing the turnover. Did a little acrobatic somersault to finish that one.
So after the charge will be a Darien ball. Preston with it. Gonna get it out to Dahl.
You know, Braden, something you're gonna see with this Darien team is that they're gonna try to have at least 3 ball handlers on the floor. Has a turnover there from Barber, but they're going to try to have 3 ball handlers on the floor at a time just to make sure that they have as much opportunity to swing the ball and create some offense from different avenues as they possibly can.
Darien is coming off of a loss against Richfield, where they didn't play that bad. Richfield, one of the top teams in the state at 8-1, really just overpowered them. They fell in that game 57-66. Miles Drake put up 31 points in that one. In the paint, couldn't get the shot up. Lawler had the look. He's going to put up the shot and can't find that one.
Yeah, that Richfield game that you mentioned just a couple seconds ago, it wasn't a bad game by any means. It's just that this Richfield team coming in at 8-1, their only loss coming to New Canaan in a double overtime game, mind you. This Richfield team is just so good, and you know, one of the things about that Richfield team, and even a team like Ludlow, is that these guys, they play together since they were about 5 years old. And Darien, you know, they don't really have that opportunity to start in kindergarten or first grade and play together all their lives, essentially. But, you know, towns like Richfield and Fairfield, they have that opportunity to do so. So you're going to see a lot of stronger teams who know how to play together.
Mockler there couldn't find that one to fall. Drake using the backboard, and he gets it.
Yeah, nice little pull up there from Miles Drake. You want to see him hitting your shots, as he is, you know, a junior captain who the offense runs through. So if you have him working as well as Carson Drake, you know, that's a scary tandem.
Miles Drake, a 3-year varsity player, as the shot there from Mockler, no good. Preston, a little jumper, can't get that one.
Yeah, that's something that Preston, you know, has to work on a little bit, hitting shots early. He's had a tough time in the first quarter hitting his shots, but he turns it on late in games.
Lawler took the 3, and that one's gonna be a Darien ball out of bounds. Connor Lawler likes to shoot that 3 ball in the game against West Hill on Friday. He made a 3-point buzzer beater to send it to overtime, where the Falcons eventually lost to the Vikings 59-56. And this is going to take us to our first mask break. In this one, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Darien making the inbound. They're going to run an offense. John Fiorita is going to check in for the Blue Wave, the junior guard. As Preston takes a jumper, no good.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to look into trying to set up your offense. I mean, it wasn't a bad shot by Preston. But, you know, you got to be 1,000% confident you're going to make that if you're not going to run your offense.
That was Charlie Began with a nice shot under the basket.
Yeah, beautiful little shot under the basket. You know, cuts the lead down to 2.
Barber at the point. Driving the paint one-handed, and he gets it to go. Jack Barber using the wingspan on that one.
That didn't look pretty going up, but it sure looked pretty coming down through a swish, I believe.
Began with it. Up to Leonard. Landis taking the jumper, and he sinks it.
Ooh, that was a beautiful little elbow jumper right there. He's got a nice jumper. I'd look for him to score a lot, or I'd look for him through, so Fairfield can run their offense through him.
Alex Vlandis, the senior captain for the Falcons. And a shot there from Drake, no good. Barber with the rebound, he's going to get fouled. As we take another look at the Vlandis jumper. Nice swish there, and Jack Barber will be on the line for the Blue Wave. First shot, beautiful swish there. Second one, no good, and Ludlowe will get the rebound.
Yeah, Barber's a good young talent that Coach Sharoy Bentley loves. He's got a lot of young players. Good block there from Drake. But he's got a lot of young players on this team, so it'll help him in, you know, years to come.
Last year, Darien didn't have the most fortunate of seasons, only going 1-19. This year, they've already tripled their win total at 3-5. And Drake's going to have that one knocked out, but it will stay with the Wave.
You know, going 1-19, it never helps your confidence. But one of the things that this Darien team took from last year going into this year is that they have a lot of young talent that got good varsity minutes last year and now are playing some good varsity minutes again this year.
Lawler has it. Another big transition from last season to this season, of course, is the coach change. Todd Trimmer, the one-year head coach for Darien, left to go to Greenwich, and Sharoy Bentley coming back to the Blue Wave is Fiorita. foul will be called on Ludlowe.
Yeah, the blocking foul is going to be on Mockler, I believe.
John Daly, the Ludlowe head coach, was clearly trying to make his cause for a charge and didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, from our angle, it looked like Mockler was there, but you know, it looks like from the gestures of the ref, he was leaning back, trying to get the charge before before Fiorita even initiated contact with him. So that would implicate a blocking foul.
James Mockler, I believe that's his second foul already in this one. As Fiorita can't get either to fall. That one almost tipped back in. Drake with the rebound, and he's going to get fouled.
Yeah, Carson. Big Carson Drake. He's already got 2 rebounds and 4 points. The last home game that I called of his, he almost had a double-double. So I'm sure, you know, hearing that I'm back on the call, he's going to be hunting for one.
Carson Drake had a near double-double in that game as he sinks the first free throw.
15 and 9, I believe it was.
So close. And Drake will sink both free throws, giving Darien the 5-point lead. Owen Wagner, the junior guard, is checking in for Darien. And he's going to pick up a foul there.
Yeah, you know, besides that early foul, I really do like this kid, Owen Wagner. I've got to know him personally over the past 3 years. And, you know, besides being a really great kid, he's got such a good IQ for the game of basketball. And he's got so much heart. So it's great to see him get some varsity minutes in, you know, his junior year.
Wagner was a key player on the JV team last year, getting the call up this year. Also checking in for Darien, Kyle Bloomer.
Another young, talented prospect for this Darien team. He's more of I'd say he's more of a point forward. He can handle the rock, and you know he can play down low. Looks like Bentley's going to use him as a wing, kind of a hybrid wing player.
Landis gets the pass off, and inside the paint, the layup no good.
Something about these Ludlowe teams is that they love to move the ball around. They're really, really good at getting good passes and finding the open shooter.
And there's going to be a foul on that one. Barber picking up the foul. Connor Lawler will be going to the line. Lawler shorts the first one. And Cooper Daly will check in for Ludlowe and Miles Drake for Darien. Lawler missed the first one, looking to make the second. And he makes the second. Under a minute left in this first quarter. Darien currently with a 4-point lead. Miles Drake with it. Looks like he's just going to burn some clock. Driving in the paint. No good. Barber just trying to get the rebound, and he's going to get a foul called on him.
That's his second early in the first. You don't want to see that, as Kiskin already has 1. So, you know, Kiskin and Barber are going to have to watch the fouls, and you don't want Drake picking up another one, as, you know, if they all have 2 by the end of this half or 3, Bentley's going to have to dig deeper into his bench to find a center.
Lawler has it. Center court. Under 10 seconds left. Ivano, the shot, no good, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Darien with the lead, 11-7, as we take another look at that shot. Nice job by the defense. Put up some good pressure. After 1 quarter, Darien leads 11-7. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut. We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017.
We are back here on the DAF Media Network for the start of the second quarter. Darien with the lead 11-7. Braden Shank and Ted Brennan with you. So glad you could join us for some Monday afternoon FCIAC boys basketball. In the paint, they're going to call the travel.
Yeah, 22 could we get a number? Sorry. 22.
Stephen Keating.
Stephen Keating, thank you. So Keating was just, he had the right idea trying to spin around Drake. Unfortunately, just didn't put the ball down. And as we all know, you got to put the ball down to dribble.
Ball for three, no good. The jumper, and that one's good. Landis.
Landis right in his spot, right at that elbow about, I think it's 15 feet, if I remember correctly from my playing days. I sound like an old man. But 15 feet, that's his spot right there. I've seen it twice.
Preston couldn't get that one to fall.
He's having a rough shooting night, 0-4 so far. Look to see if he can turn it on.
In the paint. That was something that Amir Preston really succeeded at that Richfield game, shooting 5 for 8 from the field. And as you mentioned, he's struggling early in this one.
Yeah, hopefully for Darien he can find his touch, because he's a very vocal player on this Darien team. So he's gonna be very vocal.
Alex Blandis shooting 2, missed the first one. And he makes the second. So for the second time this game, the Falcons miss the first free throw and make the second. And it's a 1-point Darien lead.
Brandon, something I want to touch on about both these teams is that they look very different from from last year. Darien, personnel-wise, they got some of the same players on the court, but of course, Troy Bentley coming back and switching up the offense. But this Fairfield Ludlowe team, they lost 9 seniors last year, and that's a huge loss for any team, but especially for this Ludlowe team.
Drake gets that one to fall.
Especially for this Ludlowe team, who key players included Ian Bentley, who was on the All-FCIAC second team, James Bork, All-FCIAC first team, and Sam Sweeney, who was on the All-FCIAC defense team. So they're a very different team from years past.
Ludlow had one of their best seasons in recent years, going 14-6, making the FCIAC semifinals, and they were the 4 seed in the SCIAC tournament, but didn't get to play that out. And it's interesting you mentioned Bork, James Bork, as Tate Mahoney on this Ludlow team is the first freshman player to be on the varsity team since James Bork back in 2016-17.
Yeah, Bork had a lot of success in this Fairfield Ludlowe program. I remember calling last year's game. He torched this Darien team. He had an absolutely incredible performance. I think he had upwards of 20 points, if my memory serves me correctly. But he absolutely torched Darien for whatever he wanted. So I'm sure in a couple of years, that the freshman might have the same success as Bork.
Dahl gets that one to go. Nice job to drive in the paint and put a shot up.
Fiorita, dished out that pass, and he's got a lot of heart, as we see there.
John Fiorita gets the steal, puts up a basket.
It's his second steal of the night.
And a call there on Simeon Dahl.
That's his second.
And we're already in the bonus for Ludlow. It was an interesting call there, as Dahl was the one that ended up on the ground, and he had a foul called on him.
Refs know best. I wasn't looking at that, so I couldn't tell you one way or the other. But something I've learned to live by is the refs know best.
And the free throws will be going to Cooper Daly, as Darien has picked up their 7th foul in this first half. And that one's no good. So that puts Ludlowe in the bonus.
Yeah, that's something I touched upon a little bit, you know, in the beginning of the game, that Darien has to stay out of early foul trouble. And what have they done? They've already gotten into early foul trouble.
Carson Drake trying to power his way back in and can't get that. And they're going to say that was stepped out. It was interesting in that Richfield game. The Blue Wave only committed 3 fouls in the first half, and then out of halftime, they came out and committed, I think, 10 in the third quarter alone. So they definitely had a more aggressive mindset in that second half.
You just can't have that, especially if you're a team like Darien. You know, for any team, 10 fouls in a quarter is ridiculous and disgusting. But for a team like Darien, who relies on their 2 big men.
Carson Drake gets that one.
For a team that relies on their 2 big men, having them in foul trouble is never good, especially against a very good team like Ridgefield. They'll make you pay for your mistakes.
And the paint cutting, no good there was Vlandis. Drake gonna throw that one out of bounds.
Bit of a miscommunication there between Drake and Bloomer. Bloomer kept cutting, and Drake thought he was gonna pop out for a shot, but sometimes that happens.
We just took a look there at the Carson Drake basket. Darien's taking the first time out on this one. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network after the Darien timeout. I'm going to give a shout out to the crew here because I haven't done that this game. Our director and instant replay, or I should say the Damos, Luke and Will, on directing and instant replay. Our graphics coordinator, Ian McCarthy. And on our cameras, TJ Boucher and Michael Mercine. Lawler getting it to start out of the timeout. Landis. And the 3 is good.
NBA 3,
Vivona hit that one from Norwalk. He was way deep.
Matthew Vivona, the junior. Took me a minute to find the name. Sinks that one.
Took that one all the way from Norwalk. Looking like Steph Curry and Damian Lillard in the All-Star game last night. That was a deep 3.
I didn't catch the end of the All-Star game last night. Was it entertaining?
Not at all.
The 3 there off from Preston.
Preston has yet to make a bucket.
Lawler. And Drake's going to knock that pass up, but Ludlow's going to recover. On point, the 3 ball is airballed from Vlandis.
Somebody leave a door open? Nope, doors are closed. He just short-armed that one.
Alex Vlandis 2 for 3 inside of the arc, but then outside of the arc for 3 is 0 for 2 this game. And that's going to take us to our second quarter mask break.
Something I want to bring up quickly is that Carson Drake already has 10 points. He's shooting very efficiently from the floor, 4 of 6, and of course the 2 free throws. He's already got 10 points, 4 boards. Might be a double-double watch in the making.
We have an early double-double watch, so stay with us as we're actually coming out of the mask break. So we're not going to take a commercial timeout. Carson Drake and Miles Drake, no relation, been really the 2 big scorers for this Blue Wave team. Miles put up 31 against Richfield. Carson, as you mentioned, already 10 in this game. And they're both just juniors, so they get them back next year. The future's looking bright for Coach Bentley and the Blue Wave.
These guys have 3 years of varsity experience, one under Bentley, 1 under Trimmer, and now a second under excuse me, a second under Bentley. So these guys know the system in and out. Oh, pretty move, Mr. Drake.
Passed by Miles Drake.
Miles Drake is so crafty. He's able to
Substitution.
make so many crazy plays and getting space, as you saw there. He just, you know, nice little turnaround, created space, faked out 3 defenders.
As we just took a look there at the Vivona three-pointer. Darien up by 7 in this one. Still early in the second quarter.
Darien on their road trip, they blew a 20-point lead to Stanford. So no lead is safe, especially in the FCIAC. All it takes is one swing and one run. That's something that Bentley preaches, is that all it takes is one swing or one run. And either way, this game is still wide open either way.
Eric Leonard's going to go to the line for Ludlow. Darien coming off of a rocky road trip where they lost to New Canaan, beat Greenwich, then fell to Stanford, Wilton, and Richfield for a combined 1-4. As Leonard misses the first one there.
That Stanford game and New Canaan games were both games where Darien could win, and unfortunately they didn't play a full 32 minutes. For those of you at home, 32 minutes is 4 quarters of 8 minutes. So Darien, something that they have to learn is to play a full 32 minutes and not to take the foot off the gas pedal if they're up.
In the paint. That's going to be a foul called. And the Darien bench is going to ask for an explanation.
Foul on Miles Drake. That's his first.
Miles Drake picking up a foul, and that is Darien's 9th team foul in this one so far. Ludlow is far into the bonus, as that one's a miss from Blandis. The past 2 times Alex Blandis has been on the line. He's missed the first one and made the second one. And that is true for a 3rd straight time. A deep pass. Owen Wagner for 3. No good. Lawler with the rebound.
Wagner's a good shooter. He just needs to see one go down and then he's hot. Sometimes that one takes a little bit to fall.
Lawler with a nice pass to Leonard, who puts it in for 2.
Good pass inside. You know, one of the things about this Fairfield Ludlow team is that they're going to have a lot of tall kids, especially Leonard. I believe Leonard is listed at 6'5", but last year they had Rowan Kessler and Ian Bentley, who were both listed at 6'6", kind of a twin tower situation.
Drake misses the 3. Kiskin, I believe, got the rebound, and that's turned over. Lawler had a look, passing to the corner. In the paint, back to Leonard, and he puts it in off the backboard.
That was a great pass by Vlandis, got it in to Leonard, and Leonard was able to finish through contact from Miles Drake.
Preston for 3. He can't get that one. And Lawler and the Ludlow offense is going to run again. Up top, the 3 ball, and it is swished. Alex Blandis.
Blandis making me eat my words a little bit. He took that one from deep and canned it.
We take another look at it. A beautiful pass up top and drains the 3. Ludlow on a little scoring run here. We're going to see if Darien can try to break that up after this timeout by Darien. We're taking another look at it. What a pass. Beat Owen Wagner and swished the 3 ball. I believe a 7-0 run or 8-0 run for Darien, for Ludlow. They were up 21-14 at one point, Darien, and Ludlow's clawed their way all the way back to a 22-21 lead.
That's something about the FCIAC, Braden, is that swings happen all of the time, and basically the name of the game is have more swings than the other team, or essentially have more swings than the other team. And as we saw there, Ludlow was able to have a swing and a run. That was the word I was looking for earlier. They were able to have a run where they went 8-0, and Darien unfortunately was not able to hit a single shot.
Drake with it. Under a minute left in this quarter for 3. No good. And it's going to go down to Ludlow.
Drake has the range and the confidence to hit that. He just needs one to fall from deep to get hot. A lot of Darien players a lot of Darien players just need one to fall, but unfortunately, sometimes it takes 6 or 7 shots for it to fall before they can get hot, and at that point, it might be too little too late.
And Leonard is going to put another one in.
Barber and Drake went for the steal there, and it kind of popped up in between them, and it found a Ludlowe player who was able to get it to Leonard.
Eric Leonard has made 3 straight baskets in this last minute.
Looks like Ludlow's playing a 2-3 zone.
Miles Drake in the corner. Looks like he's just going to run the clock out. Of course, no shot clock in the state of Connecticut for both boys and girls basketball. Drake out to Fiorita. Just 2 seconds left. Back to Drake. The shot, no good. So that's going to take us to the half. Ted, what have you kind of seen in this first half?
Ludlowe has some great passing schemes. They're always trying to find the extra open man, whether it's on the perimeter or finding someone like Leonard down low. So, if I were them, I'd keep looking for the open man. Continue doing what you're doing. The shots will fall eventually. As for Darien, don't rush. Don't take stupid shots. Don't force up shots. I've seen a couple shots that have been a little forced, or at least in my opinion, that have been a little forced, and they haven't connected on any of the shots that they forced up. So if I were them, I'd run their offense, take it slow. There's no shot clock, so there's no reason to rush. There's no reason to sprint down the court unless you feel you have an opening. But other than that, play within yourself, play your game. Don't let Ludlowe control the tempo.
Very well said, and that's going to take us to the half. The Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons lead Darien 24-21. We'll take a quick 8-minute halftime, and we'll be right back.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We Are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We Are On the Stage. We Are At the Big Games. We Are On the Field. We Are In the Gym. We Are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50 square foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
The Darien boys basketball team returns home after going 1-4 on their road trip. Tip-off at 4:30 on the DAF Media Network versus Norwalk.
We are back here on the DAF Media Network. As you see there, tomorrow, The Darien boys basketball team continues their homestay as they take on the Norwalk Bears at 4:30. That game will be streamed on the DAF Media Network.
With yours truly doing the play-by-play tomorrow.
So as we mentioned, Darien, they, I believe, are finishing out their season here at home. They take on Ludlow today. They play Norwalk tomorrow, Harding on Thursday, and Trumbull on Friday. I believe DAF has got all of those. So it should be an exciting week of boys basketball.
Not sure about Friday versus Trumbull, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a late add to the schedule. And of course, Harding. I believe Harding and Trumbull are makeup games for games that got postponed.
Darien and Trumbull were supposed to meet, I believe, last month, but a snowstorm pushed them back to middle of March. And then next week, the FCIAC boys basketball tournament and girls basketball tournament gets underway, starting with some play-in games on Saturday, and the tournament really kicking off next week with the round of 16 on Tuesday.
Preston hits his first. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for Darien. You'd love to have him scoring a lot.
Drake tried to intercept that one, ends up in the stands. Darien playing a little bit more press-aggressive defense.
They're down one, why wouldn't they? Want to get as many steals, make Ludlow uncomfortable with the ball. That's something that we haven't seen a lot of. They haven't dribbled a ton, they're passing the ball. So if you force them to make some tight passes and maybe dribble a little bit more, you know, you might get some extra steals as soon as I say it, Preston grabs one out of the air.
It hasn't been said yet today. Ludlow is in their away road jerseys, Darien in their home whites. And after they switch sides here, Ludlow moving from right to left on your screen, Darien from left to right. Ludlow's going to inbound this one. A little over a minute ticked off in this third quarter.
New jerseys for Darien this year. Every 3 years they get a swap. I'm liking the home whites. The road blacks are a little difficult to see the numbers, but other than that, these new home whites look very good.
Did they ever have some blue jerseys? You know that, Ted? And the three right there from Mockler.
A while ago, I believe they had some blue away jerseys. Some of them get transferred down to JV and freshmen, so they'll use blue aways, but I think a couple of years ago they made black officially their away jersey and not their alternate.
Drake with the miss. Leonard Dahl with a nice block there. And that's going to be a foul on Blandis.
Foul call on Alex Blandis, his second, team first. Shooting two, Miles Drake.
Miles Drake, the junior captain, will be on the line for Darien. Against Richfield on Thursday, went 11 for 11 on the line. And he misses one there. I might have just cursed him.
The announcer's curse. Never say a statistic before someone is going to do something. That sounds very vague and very general, but it happens all the time. Specifically with Tony Romo, he'll say a stat and then immediately something happens. I remember the wild card game this year, Justin Tucker, I think he hadn't missed all year. Romo says he hasn't missed all year, and he shanks it.
He does get the second one to fall. 27-24, Ludlow, our score. Out to the point, the shot, no good.
Shortest man on the court, Fiorita getting a board. Speaking of boards, Carson needs 6 to get a double-double.
Dahl couldn't get that one to fall. Of course, a new addition to the broadcast booth this year, these real-time stats really help you get those double-double watches. And Drake's going to pick up a foul.
Upset with that one, as he should be. I thought he went straight up, but again, as I mentioned before, refs know best. And arguing with the refs can be dangerous. Don't want to get an extra technical for arguing a call.
Connor Lawlord. This is the first one. And Ludlow 0 for 7 on the first 3 free throws. And makes that one to go 4 for 4 on the second. Actually 5 for 5.
Darien's running with a smaller lineup. One thing about Carson Drake is that he's a bit of an undersized in the height category big man.
Dahl for three. No good. Rebound Leonard.
As I was mentioning, they have Drake, Dahl, Bloomer, Fiorita, and Carson Drake out there. Bloomer again a point forward.
The three ball. Just short from Vlandis. Alex Vlandis 1 for 5 from behind the arc tonight.
Might need to take a step into his favorite spot at that free throw line. That free throw line jumper that he takes.
2 for 3 in those jumpers tonight.
So Vlandis, you know, if you're listening, which you're not because you're playing, maybe for next game, take a step in. Might help you a little bit.
Preston cutting, no good. And it's going to keep it in, but Ludlow will get the ball. Down court, the little jumper is good from Keating.
That was something Ludlow was very good at last year is getting the ball down the court quickly. They were a very fast team, and they are trying to replicate that this year. Maybe don't have the players for it, but they love to get the ball down quickly.
Leonard in the paint, and it's going to be a foul on Miles Drake. As we take another look at it, Lawler passed under the hoop to Leonard, and Drake was going for the block but committed the foul. It's going to bring us to a mask break in the third quarter.
Braden, something I want to touch on quickly is this is where Darien starts to unravel a little bit. They miss some shots, they get into a hole, and they feel like they have to play hero ball sometimes, and that's not always the best recipe for success. Sometimes you have the players to do it, sometimes you don't. It depends on who's on, who's off. But if I'm Darien, you gotta slow down the tempo. They're trying to play at Fairfield Ludlow's tempo, and that's just not working for them. They're not a very fast team. So Darien, they've got to play within themselves. That's what I was looking for earlier. They got to play within themselves. And right now they're not playing within themselves. They're not playing the way they normally play. And this is where the wheels start to come off. They try to match other teams' tempos.
Eric Leonard for Ludlow will miss the first free throw.
Was that 0 for 8 now?
0 for 8 on the first free throw. Let's see if he can make it 6 for 6 on the second. And he doesn't. Eric Leonard, the big man, misses both.
This is what you want to see. You want to see Preston take the ball out. Nice pass.
Fiorita tried to beat some defenders there, put a shot up, but it didn't fall.
That was all set up by smart IQ play there from Preston. He got in low, then pulled it out, drew two defenders to him, and then found a cutting Fiorita and had a beautiful little no-looker. Unfortunately, Fiorita was unable to hit it.
Leonard, he's going to get the charge called on him.
That's Preston's second charge that he's taken today, looking like Kyle Lowry in the All-Star game last year.
As we take another look at it, Leonard, definitely a charge.
And a miscommunication there. It's a wasted opportunity. Fiorita tried to pass it right back to Drake after the inbound pass.
Ludlow will get the ball. Landis out to Lawler. Under 3 minutes left in this third quarter.
If I'm Ludlow, I'm trying to exploit this mismatch that you have. I don't know why Vlandis gave it up. No, Jack Barber, he's not the fastest guy on the court, and we've seen that Vlandis can get by defenders. So I try to exploit that matchup as best you can if you're Ludlow.
And the paint to Leonard, wide open.
Beautiful pass inside to Leonard. Leonard has been the recipient of a ton of nice passes today. He's finished all of them, am I correct?
4 for 4 for 8 points tonight. The only baskets he missed, 0 for 3 on the free throw line.
Ludlowe, you really can't complain about that if he's, 4 for 4.
Preston with the ball. Passes out to Farida. Back to Drake. Free throw line, no good on the jumper. Kept in by Preston and Barber. And we're going to see a jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Falcons.
Good hustle there by Preston. He got it to Fiorita, and good job by that swarming Ludlowe defense to force a jump ball.
Leonard inbounds the pass. Back to Landis.
You can see the confidence growing in Leonard. He's become a lot more vocal. Didn't hear him much in the first half, but he's turned it on in the second half.
In the paint, out to Lawler. Ludlowe once again moving the ball. Burning some clock out.
Again, no shot clock, so they're up.
That's going to be a Darien ball after it goes out off Lawler.
Looks like Lawler just slipped, but good defense there by Preston. Made him uncomfortable with the ball. Preston adds so much to this Darien defense. I remember his sophomore year, he was a specialist on defense. Bentley would just call him in to play defense. Good pass.
No good there.
Barber smoked the layup. Got a little too excited after finding the pass.
Lawler with it. Center circle. In the paint. The layup, no good. Drake. And he's going to get a foul.
That's something about Miles Drake. He said he's gonna be such a tough guy to defend, and he's gonna draw a ton of fouls.
Sean Mockler picking up the foul. Nice job by Drake to really kind of force the foul.
Pat Galusha checks in, number 2. As does Brian Kiskin.
Miles Drake, the junior captain, on the line. He makes the second one there. Ludlowe with the ball, up by 6 right now. Landis, up to Mockler. Some energy hyping up in the building. Leonard gets that one to go. And Miles Drake up to Preston. No good. Eric Leonard puts up the final basket of the quarter as we take another look at it. Beautiful pass from Landis. After 3, the Ludlowe Falcons lead Darien 34-26. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
After 2 hard-fought games, the season series is tied at 1. The Darien girls ice hockey team will look to capture the season series against New Canaan
Darien strikes again.
on Tuesday, 7:30, DAF Media Network.
We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Tomorrow, we have that Norwalk basketball game at 4:30, but at 7:30, the Darien girls ice hockey team returns to the ice to take on arch rival New Canaan at the Darien Ice House after a tough overtime loss that you called on Saturday, Ted. Should be a good one there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be coloring again with, my pals Dylan Pescator and Austin Platt from NCTV. But we got a doubleheader tomorrow. Should be fun. It should be fun tomorrow.
2 streams from the DAF Media Network.
Another good pass from Preston.
Off the rim. Bloomer can't get it.
Just smoking some layups. I mean, that was a tough layup nonetheless, but Preston should have at least 3 assists. He's made some beautiful passes.
We took another look at it. Bloomer put the shot up, rolled around the rim, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, I can't discredit Bloomer too much there, because that shot was in and out.
Fiorita misses the first free throw.
0-3 right now.
This is the second one. And Preston fighting for the rebound. Can't get it though. Nice defense. Preston the 3. They swished. Vivano.
It's a good shot right there. I mean, he was essentially wide open because Preston and Fiorita had hit the floor. It was a nice swish.
Matt Vivano, his first year on varsity, picks up his second 3-pointer of the game. Drake trying to put the shot up, no good. And the ball will stay with Darien.
After that first quarter, he's been relatively silent. I feel like we might have jinxed him a little bit, but he's been relatively silent. One of the things I want to touch on is Miles Drake's 31-point outing the other day against Ridgefield. And I was able to talk to his father a little bit before the game. And after the game, when Miles was telling his dad that he had 31, he was still upset with that performance because he had missed all of his threes. He would have gone for 45 or 46,
wow,
which would have either tied or broken the school record. It just shows how much, how much Miles cares about this game, or the game of basketball, and how he's always pushing himself to be a better player.
Miles Drake, of course, also a football player, as well as, I believe, a baseball player.
No, I don't think so.
Not
Carson is the baseball player.
Wrong Drake, you are correct, Ted. Just an overall good athlete, Miles Drake.
He was varsity QB this year in the season that they had. Preston, good work inside.
Yeah, Preston puts 2 up for Darien's first points of the quarter.
He's got 4. Off of the assist from Fiorita, he's got 3 assists.
Salusha checks into the game for Ludlowe.
Darien only down 9. They've faced worse before, and they've come back from sorry, I'm stuttering. They've come back from worse.
In the paint, and foul's going to be called. As we take another look at it, Salusha tried to drive Carson Drake, getting the foul called on him.
Yeah, he wanted the block. He wanted an angry spike off the backboard. Sometimes, you're being a little too aggressive, and you end up getting a foul. But you can't really blame Carson there. He's trying to be aggressive. He's trying to save his team some points. And he really has played almost the entire game. He's only had, a couple minutes of rest. So he's really going out there trying to get this Darien team a win. Violation there.
Violation on Ludlowe. Darien will get the ball.
That should help Darien, get some momentum back their way. They're only down 9, and you could have been down 11 there, but they went 0 for 2, so let's see if Darien can capitalize on this gift.
In the paint to Barber. He's going to fight his way for a Ludlowe foul. Salusha, or Galusha, comes into the game, goes to the free throw line, and commits a foul. And Jack Barber. Nice bank free throw there.
Bank is open on a Monday afternoon, it looks like.
Began is going to check in for Ludlowe. Second shot for Barber on its way. And that one's no good. Barber gets his own rebound, though. A very smart play for the sophomore.
And it was good hustle.
That's going to be staying with Darien.
Wagner checks in for Darien. Trying to get some shooting on the court.
Preston with it. The 3 ball. No good. Bloomer with the rebound. Out to Wagner. Out to Dahl. In the paint, driving, and he gets it to go.
That was nice from Simeon. A little step around move of the defender. Wagner, the only one back.
Lawler. And it's going to count for Lawler. And he's going to try to convert the old 3-point play.
Wait a second. I guess he overturned his call because he pointed as if Wagner was taking a charge, which...
The official did signal for a charge, but it seems to be a foul on Darien.
That sucked the life right out of the building in Darien.
And Lawler will convert the 3-point play.
That absolutely sucked the life out of Darien. You heard the crowd and the bench going wild. But after that foul call, which looked to be a charge after the initial ruling, this Darien crowd has gone silent.
Preston can't get that to go, gets his own rebound. In the paint, no good again.
Yeah, Preston's having a tough night. I mean, he's got a lot of energy, a lot of hustle. But unfortunately, the shots aren't going his way.
They're going to call a kickball. And it's going to be a Ludlow inbound. The inbound to Leonard. Back to Leonard in the paint. He gets it to go.
Leonard 6 of 6 now, I believe.
That is true.
Sheesh. Seems like Ludlow, they lose a big man, they just get one right back.
Dahl with it in the paint. No good off the backboard. Gets his own rebound, puts it up. And Simeon Dahl's going to go to the line. As we take another look at it. Dahl's going to look, start the chip away at this Ludlow lead.
He's another crafty player on this Darien team.
Sinks the first one.
He's a lefty too, which makes him so much more deadly. Kind of like Mike Conley. He can shoot and he can drive very well.
Dahl makes the first one. And he makes both. And he's going to get subbed out for Kyle Bloomer. It's a 9-point Ludlow lead with 4:17 left in this one. Leonard takes the inbound. In the corner. And it's going to stay with Ludlow.
Kick ball from Bloomer there.
Out to Lawler.
After that last kick ball, something that Coach Bentley yelled to his players is don't gamble. And that's something that we've seen throughout this game, is that they try to get the steals and they try to gamble, as we saw Fiorito trying to go for either a double team or a steal there, but it left the player wide open. And that's where most of these Ludlow threes have come from, just gambling and wide open shots.
A missed shot there from Blandis and a rebound for Preston.
That's his 6th rebound.
Drake in the paint, gets it.
Drake has been Carson Drake has been a lone bright spot for this Darien offense today. He's got 12.
Off of Leonard, some miscommunication, but Ludlow recovers. And they're going to take a timeout as we take another look at it. Carson Drake really fighting under the hoop, puts one in.
He's got 12 and 4. He's having a very good game. Only missing 3 shots of his 9 that he took.
And we take another look at it there. 3:25 left in it.
The Darien boys basketball team will face off against Harding, the third game in the midst of a 4-game homestand to end the regular season. Thursday, 4:30, DAF Media Network.
We're back here on the DAF Media Network after the mask break into the Ludlow timeout. As you just saw for the promo, Thursday, Darien boys basketball team are back on the DAF Media Network to take on Warren Harding in their second to last game of the year. Harding kind of struggling this year at 0-3. So it should be a good game still. That was Darien's lone win last year.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game between both teams, and Darien ended up getting the better of Harding, and they'll look to do it again this year. I believe me and Trey Cahill are calling that game on Thursday, so look for that. Check your local listings.
Not sure if the DAF Media Network has any local listings.
Oh, but we should.
It's on our YouTube channel at DAF Media.
Maybe when I'm gone, you guys will expand the TV.
It's probably in the future somewhere.
That'd be something, huh?
42-35, Ludlow leads in this one. Braden Shank and Ted Brennan with you. So glad you could be joining us for some Monday afternoon hoops.
I may be a senior in high school, but I've sounded like a senior old man all night tonight.
Ted, normally the voice of these basketball games.
I'm still here. Don't ship me off to the retirement home yet.
And Ludlow has it. Lawler.
Ludlow's just trying to waste some clock here.
They theoretically could run this clock out for 3 minutes. I think they're going to have to get a shot off at some point.
Not really. I mean, as long as they don't get any, 5-second calls, 3-second calls, they can just keep passing the ball around. They could waste the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It'd be very boring for the viewers at home, but I don't think Ludlow cares. See, look, an open 3 right there. They didn't have to take the shot, and, good on them for not forcing it.
Darien has only committed 4 fouls this half, so they're going to need to commit 3 more in the paint. And Leonard will put
dunk it next time, Leonard. Throw it down.
7 for 7. Eric Leonard with 14 points in this one. Darien's going to have to do the opposite of Ludlow and run a quick offense as they turn that one over. You got to think, Ted, the fouling might be starting soon. As Ludlow just shown, they're not going to take a beat off, wasting some clock.
I would assume so. You mean this Ludlow team is so good at passing the ball. There's number one. But this Ludlow team is so good at passing the ball that they're not going to make too many mistakes in turning the ball over. And they've been able to find the holes in this Darien defense. So they're really just going to, use some clock. And Darien's got to foul as quick as possible. And I think that's why Jake Horowitz is in the game.
It's the second straight game Horowitz has checked in the last couple minutes. Jake Horowitz, another first-year player this year as a senior for Coach Bentley.
I believe he transferred from Fairfield Prep. Also played on the football team this year, was a wide receiver. Had quite a connection with Miles Drake. I believe there was a game where he had 4 touchdowns in the first half.
I did not know that. As Preston's going to tip that one out of bounds. 1:51 left in this one. Behind the basket, or under the basket, Beacon's just going to take it out, and that's going to be foul number 7 from Horowitz.
Again, just a smart play by Ludlow. You don't want to force it. You don't want to give Darien any extra possessions. I know you're up 9, but you don't want to give them any extra possessions. Let's say they miss. Let's say Ludlow misses. Darien gets the rebound. They can come down, hit a quick 3. Then now it's only 6. Same thing happens again. Now it's only 3. Although highly improbable due to the whole statistical element and the whole analytical element, but still, you don't want to run that chance, even if it's a very, very small chance.
That's a very good point there. Darien taking the 32nd timeout as Ludlowe has now entered the bonus, and they will be shooting 1-1. Gonna have an exciting finish in this one. Ludlowe currently up by 11 points, or 9 points, I should say. Can't do the quick math there.
Happens to the best of us. This Darien team is better than their record shows. You know, sitting at 3-5 right now, possibly going to 3-6. They just need to put a full 32 minutes together. We saw in that first half, they were, you know, they played within themselves. They made shots. But that third quarter, and it happened last year as well, that third quarter, they just start to unravel. Everything that they put in, they just start to unravel.
And there's going to be a shooter violation on Began.
It's the second one on Ludlowe today.
Simeon Dahl going to check in for the Blue Wave, taking out Fiorita.
Simeon Dahl for Darien.
Again, just, you know, they just start to unravel in that third quarter. And I think tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, if they can keep it together in that third quarter, they might be well off.
Preston under the hoop, can't get it to go. They're going to say it was off of Vlandis and stay with the Wave.
Preston having a tough shooting night. I don't really want to harp on it any more than that. But maybe tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, he can find the stroke.
Out to Bloomer. In the paint. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up and he gets it.
It's a nice little putback from Bloomer.
Rebound for Weston, Kyle Bloomer.
Able to maneuver.
Take another look at it from Kyle Bloomer.
Taken by Darien.
Misses the first shot. Gets his own rebound and puts it up. That's an impressive shot there from just a junior and Kyle Bloomer.
It's a tough shot for anyone, even in the pros. And, you know, Kyle Bloomer, he's got a nose for finding the basketball in rebounding. You know, I battled him in practice last year, and he's just so good at finding the basketball for a rebound. And putbacks are always tough, and that was a tough putback, but good on him for getting that one to go. He's got 4 rebounds tonight. That's one of the things that this Darien team does very well, is that they rebound the ball incredibly well.
Having the past Carson Drake, Jack Barber, have a lot of guys under the hoop that get the rebound. We are in a 1-minute timeout, which is running off right now. The teams will take the court. Currently Ludlowe with the 7-point lead, 44-37 on the Blue Wave.
Darien has 21 rebounds tonight. Something you like to see out of this Darien team.
We are back on the DAF Media Network. Inbound pass. Lawler is going to get fouled, and we'll go to the line for 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, Darien's just got to start fouling here. They got to hope that they're missing some free throws just to get it close.
And Darien's going to check in 3 new players, Carson Drake, Simeon Dahl, and Kyle Bloomer.
Get the big fellas in there. Get some rebounds.
They will be joining Miles Drake and Amir Preston as the 5 on the court for Darien right now. Lawler makes the first.
Not what Darien was hoping for there. They want some more misses. Hoping for a miss on that first free throw. It's been a trend for Ludlowe all game, but they missed the second.
Ludlowe hasn't converted 2 free throws all game. So it's going to be interesting as we come down into the crunch time in this one. Preston under the hoop. No good. Rebound, Carson Drake, the put up, and he gets it. Carson Drake using his height there to grab the rebound and throw it back up.
That's only Carson's 5th rebound of the night. That's his first since the first half.
Wow.
He's been quiet on the boards since the first quarter, really even the first half.
So the score in this one, Ludlowe 45, Darien 39. We're going to take a quick timeout break, and we'll be right back on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We welcome you back inside main gym for the finish in this one. As for timeouts left, Ludlow has 3, Darien only has 1. And a quick foul from Dahl there.
Only down 6 right now. But if they make 2, they go up 8. And these quick little substitutions.
Darien's going to check in the 2 Drakes, Carson and Miles. After the quick foul play, sends Ludlow to the line.
If you're Darien, you gotta hope this one misses. Just to pull it within possibly a 1-possession game, but that one's in.
Alex Vlandis sinks his first free throw.
Landis better inside the arc than outside of the arc, or at least tonight.
That is shown tonight. And Vlandis sinks both free throws.
This kid Vlandis, I like him a lot, or at least when he's inside the arc. He's had a tough time outside the arc. Bloomer.
For 3, no good. Lawler with the rebound and a quick foul.
Bloomer's got an interesting jumper. It's kind of like a Bill Cartwright-esque jumper. It's not as over the head as Cartwright, but it's got some weird wrist action when he shoots the ball. It's sometimes effective.
That is team foul number 10 from Darien, sending Ludlow into the double bonus, or the bonus plus, as some refer to it as. Connor Lawler going to the line. Will make his first one, gets a lucky roll.
I think that effectively seals it, unless Darien has a miracle that they've been saving for this exact moment. They got to run down, hit a quick 3, miss some free throws, hit a quick 3. It's just too improbable. They're just playing for some stats right now.
Simeon Dahl misses the layup there. Preston's going to get a foul called. Wasn't the clearest foul.
Just kind of touched him on the hip, and I think the ref kind of took it as he's trying to intentionally foul. I don't think Preston meant to intentionally foul there. It just sort of happened that way. And he's going to have some words with the ref, trying to plead his case.
Lawler will sink the first one, now making it a Ludlow 11-point lead. Connor Lawler will drain both free throws. No good there.
From Damian Lillard range.
Dahl
That one's
drains
from
the
Norwalk.
3.
Believe it or not, that's Darien's first made three-pointer all night.
Simeon Dahl with a nice 3.
Brennan, I don't know if you heard me, but that was Darien's first made three-pointer all night long.
Wow.
1 of 8 on the night. That about does it.
And that Ludlow's just going to let the clock run off. Our final here in this one, the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons go to 500 on the year at 5-5 with the win 51-42. Ted, what are your final takeaways in this one?
This Ludlowe team is better than their record shows. 5-5 for this team. It just seems like a disappointment for them. I mean, coming off of last year, 16-4, losing 9 seniors, they've played exceptionally well. They're able to find holes in the defense that so many teams can't. They were able to slice and dice this Darien defense with their passing, and props to them for being able to find the holes in the defense. As for Darien, I've said it all day long, they got to play a full 32 minutes. They played so well in that first half. They had the lead in the first quarter, and they were only down 3 coming into halftime. They scored 5 points in the entire third quarter. You cannot have that and expect to win a game. That's just something you just can't do. So Darien, they got to play a full 32 minutes tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. And they get some good rest over these next couple of hours.
That is a good point here, Ted. Both teams kind of finishing up their season. Ludlow will come back to Ludlow High School and play Greenwich at home, then head off to Wilton to finish off their season. As for Darien, 4 straight home games against Norwalk, Harding, and Trumbull to finish out their year currently at 3-6. But that's going to do it for the game tonight. Ludlow, once again, the winner 51-42. Ted, thank you for coming on the broadcast. It was a pleasure calling it with you.
So much fun with you, Braden.
Our crew tonight doing a great job bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. Will Damel on our instant replay, Luke Damel, our director, Ian McCarthy on graphics, and our camera operators, TJ Boucher and Michael Mercine. For the entire, and our advisor, Damian Andrew, can't forget him. For our entire DAF Media crew, I've been Braden Shank. Thanks for watching. Once again, doubleheader tomorrow. Boys basketball, Norwalk 4:30, and girls hockey at 7:30. Thanks for watching.